Conditional formatting. The following will be explained during this video. What is conditional formatting? The preset highlighting rules of highlight cells rules, top-bottom rules, data bars, color scales, and icon sets. How to create a rule by using a formula. How to clear existing rules, and how to highlight an entire record. What is conditional formatting? Conditional formatting is a great way to quickly visualize data in a spreadsheet. With conditional formatting, you can do things like highlight dates within the next 30 days, flag data entry problems, show duplicates, and much more besides. The conditional formatting command is found within the Styles group on the Home ribbon. Excel has many presets that make it easy to create new rules without formula. However, you can also create rules with your own custom formula should you so require. Highlight cells rules. The data shown here has no meaning other than to demonstrate conditional formatting. All the values have been randomly generated and are between 1 and 1000. Conditional formatting is to be applied to all the numeric values, therefore these values will be selected. Firstly, we will apply a rule to highlight all numeric values greater than 750. To achieve this, we will use the preset rule of highlight cells rules. Note that of the choices offered, text that contains and a date occurring are not appropriate to use with the currently selected data. We will select greater than. The greater than dialog box is displayed. The current value is overwritten with 750. We see a preview of what the data will look like with the formatting of light red fill with dark red text. This is confirmed by clicking OK. What would happen if an existing value, which is greater than 750, is changed to under 750 and vice versa? We see that the formatting is changed appropriately to reflect this. We also require all values less than 100 to be highlighted. Ensuring that the numeric values are selected, return to Highlight Cells Rules and select Less Than. In the Less Than dialog box, the value of 100 is entered. The preview shows the previous conditional formatting and the current as light red fill with dark red text. We'll instead use yellow fill with dark yellow text, clicking on OK to confirm. Now we require all duplicate values to be highlighted. Again, ensuring that the numeric values are selected, return to Highlight Cells Rules and select Duplicate Values. In the dialog box, notice that duplicate can be changed to unique if required. This time, we will create our own format style for values which are duplicated. From the drop-down list, we will select Custom Format. From the Format Cells dialog box, we will select white text with a black background fill before confirming by clicking OK. Confirm the conditional formatting by clicking OK. The Rules Manager. We can review our rules in the Conditional Formatting Rules Manager. The numeric values displayed all have the same 3 conditional formatting rules. Therefore, it would not be necessary to select every value to review these rules, although there would be no harm in doing so. We'll click on a single cell within the table of values and, to locate the Rules Manager, we will return to the Conditional Formatting command and select Manage Rules. We can see that a new rule could be created. An existing rule could be edited or deleted. The order the rules are actioned could be altered, and further processing of rules could be stopped if Stop If True were ticked. No changes are to be made, and the Rules Manager is closed. Top-bottom rules. The data here is the same as before, but all rules have been removed. we require the largest 10 values to be highlighted. With the numeric values selected, use the preset rule of top-bottom rules and select the option of top 10 items. Within the dialog box, note that the value does not have to be explicitly 10, and this limit may be modified if required. We will ensure that the value is 10 and, leaving the formatting as light red fill with dark red text, confirm the conditional formatting by clicking OK. What are data bars? Data bars help to visualize the values of the cells. A large value will have a larger bar line, and a small value a small bar line. The values again have no rules applied, and this time are displayed in wider columns due to data bars being displayed far clearer this way, as we will see. With the numeric values selected, use the preset rule of data bars. By previewing any of the 12 suggested data bars, we see that the largest values have the largest bar lines. What are color scales? Color scales make it very easy to visualize values in a range of cells. The shade of the color represents the value in the cell. For example, with the unformatted values selected once more, we will use the preset rule of color scales. There are 12 suggested color scales. Previewing the green, yellow, red color scale, we see that the greener the cell, the higher the value, and the redder the cell, the lower the value. These two colors graduate through the color of yellow. Perhaps we could use the red, white, blue color scale for heat map purposes. With this selected, we can see that the redder or hotter the number, the higher the number. The bluer or colder the number, the smaller the number. What are icon sets? Icon sets make it very easy to visualize values in a range of cells. Each icon represents a range of values. The values once more have no rules applied, and this time are displayed with borders between each column. With these values selected, we will use the preset rule of icon sets. Icons are divided into the groups of directional, shapes, indicators, and ratings. Previewing an icon set featuring 3 symbols, such as 3 arrows colored, means that the top third of values are represented by the first symbol, the middle third, the second symbol, and the bottom third, the last symbol. When using icon sets with 4 symbols, the values are divided into quarters, i.e. the top quarter is represented by the first symbol and so on. And similarly with icon sets with 5 symbols, where the values are divided into fifths. Selecting 3 signs from the shapes group, we can see that the top third of values is represented by the green symbol, the middle third the yellow, and the lower third the red. Each icon is shown to the left of the value within the same cell. Conditional formatting using a formula. As we have seen, Excel has many presets. However, you can also create rules with your own custom formula. By using your own formula, you can determine the condition that triggers a rule and can apply exactly the logic you require. In this example, we wish to highlight only even numbers. All the numeric values are selected. Note that cell C9 is the active cell. New rule is chosen, and in the New Formatting Rule dialog box, the rule type of Use a formula to determine which cells to format is selected. For format value where this formula is true, the appropriate formula is entered. In this formula, the active cell of cell C9 is a relative reference, as we require each cell within the selection to check itself for an even value. A format is chosen. And OK is clicked to confirm. We see that only the even numbers are displayed with the newly defined format. This next data takes on a musical theme by displaying a table of bands. The intention is to highlight Slade and U2. All the data is selected, noting that the active cell here is cell B23. New rule, followed by use a formula to determine which cells to format, are selected. As we are checking for 2 items, of which only one need be true, the OR function is used. Similar to the previous example, the active cell of cell B23 is a relative reference. A format is chosen, and OK is clicked to confirm. The values of Slade and U2 are displayed with the newly defined format. There is, however, an element of inflexibility with this method. What if we required to no longer highlight U2 and instead highlight REM? Of course, this could be achieved by changing the reference to U2 within the formula to REM. But it would perhaps be more dynamic to have these values expressed on the worksheet and make the conditional formatting formula refer to these directly. Here we have such an example, but this time the bands to be highlighted have been placed directly within the worksheet at cells C39 and D39. The formula will now refer to these values. The active cell is cell B41, which is expressed as a relative reference, but both the cells C39 and D39 use absolute references, i.e. they feature dollar symbols before both the column and row reference, which means they will not change. A format has been chosen and confirmed. Let us see what happens if the value of U2 is changed to REM. Due to the conditional formatting formula referring to this value, the formatting is changed instantly. Let us also change Slade to Muse. Now let us remove REM completely. As we can see, this method offers much more flexibility. In this next example, only the dates within the next 30 days are to be highlighted. The date this video was recorded is shown above the table of dates. As we are checking for 2 items, of which both must be true, the AND function is used. The active cell of cell B57 is expressed as a relative reference. A format has been chosen and confirmed, but once more, this is not a very dynamic method, and making changes to what is to be highlighted could be considerably improved. Here we have the same dates as before, but the range to be highlighted is defined on the worksheet at cells D71 and F71. The formula will now refer to these values. The active cell is cell B73, which is expressed as a relative reference, but both the cells D71 and F71 use absolute references, meaning they will not change. A format is chosen and confirmed, and we see the appropriate values highlighted. We see the effect on the table when the range is changed. Clearing rules. Should a rule or rules no longer be required, use the Clear Rules option to clear rules from the cells selected or the entire worksheet. In this example, all rules will be removed from the worksheet. Go to the Conditional Formatting command, select Clear Rules and choose the option Clear Rules from Entire Sheet. Highlighting an entire record. In this final example, we wish to highlight all the dates which are earlier than the current date shown here. Rather than just highlight the dates, we wish to highlight the entire record. This we can achieve with just one formula within a new conditional formatting rule. Firstly, the whole table is selected. Note that the active cell is cell B9. We will create a new rule and use a formula to determine which cells to format. The formula is then created. Notice that the active cell of cell B9 is expressed with the dollar symbol before the column reference but not before the row reference. This means that no matter the location of the cell, it will be the contents of column B, the column featuring the dates, for that cell's row that is checked. We see the effect after a format has been chosen and confirmed. Thank you for watching.